Alrighty. Well, today we will be talking about the success factors that will turn your videos into leads and sales. I'm sure that you are dying to know this information, and here it is. So, if you and I have never met, let me just tell you, my name is Jessica Campos. The accent is from Puerto Rico. Yes, back in 2008. I actually found myself in a fork in a road. That was a time when the recession hit our economy. In case you remember, that was the mortgage crisis. And back in that time, I was actually a real estate attorney. Talking about the perfect storm, right? I found myself dealing with this stressful situation in which my law practice, which I had built from zero to millions, it was collapsing. And then at that point, I had just recently remarried and found the love of my life. And I thought that I was going to be happily ever after. And, life works in that way. I believe that sometimes you feel like you fix one part of your life and then another part just, doesn't work. And, it's a cycle. So that's how I actually found the beautiful world of online marketing. I feel like now more than ever, the digital economy has been proven to be sustainable. I actually have been able to build my new business, from zero in a new country, learning the new language, meeting new people, and building my family, which is one of the biggest things I've done. It's building my business while building my family. So you are in the right place if you are building something that is truly connected with your passion and you want to share with people, and you have that deeper purpose that makes you feel that this is it. Like you have to make it yes or yes. And sometimes you look around and you see other people doing other things and they are successful, and you're like, can I really do that? So I'm here to tell you, yes, you can. Okay. Success when it comes to creating something new has many factors. And at some point, all of those factors get like, mixed up. It's almost like when you're creating the soup, right? So when we teach you success factors, just think about, we're giving you ingredients of the soup, but at the end of the day, you have to be the chef and cook all of those, ingredients in the steps. Now, sometimes, if you feel like success is not coming, it might not come to the speed, it might not come to the in the way that you think, but it will come. I can guarantee you success is going to come. You just have to stay plugged into systems that can help you to keep that motivation, to keep those ideas, and most importantly, to be enough, like equipped enough so that you can execute. That's why I love doing these challenges, because you can learn, but it's a dynamic way. You can be learning in an environment in which if you have any question, somebody will be there to answer those questions. So yes, I'm here. I'm a coach. I'm a marketing coach. I also have an agency here in Austin, Texas, in which we do attraction marketing. I'm a big advocate of doing things that are close to free, that are organic, and that are responding to the trends that we see that are working in the online marketing world. The world has changed. And as a business owner, you need to know how to accommodate your marketing so that you can attract the right people to your business. With that being said, nice to meet you. I look forward to get to know you. There is a questionnaire that we left and you have it in your emails, and that helps me to get to know you and get to know where you are in your business and how can we support you best. So make sure that you complete that. Also make sure that you download your challenge package. That package has the PDF with amazing tools, and just know that we will be sharing live Q&A. So you have the opportunity to ask me any questions. And we have a library of content just like this one, in which we are covering the strategic steps so that in case that you have some, specific clarification on how to, you always can just, go back to that library and get your questions answered. So this particular video is going to be helping you to give you the strategic view and the vision so that you can be motivated enough to go through and finish this challenge, my friend, because you're here, you started, but what start must be finished, right? So first success factor is understanding that there's a difference between being tactical and being strategic. Did you know what that means? You know what is the difference between tactical and strategic? Tactical means that you can do something once and that's it. You did it because you wanted a shortcut. That's the perfect example of being tactical. Now, strategic means that you have a goal in mind, and that thing that you're doing is going to help you get closer to achieving that goal. So this is why the first element of success when it comes to jumping into trends and doing things, it needs to be strategic. Okay. So you will be producing videos that are part of what we call social media marketing. Okay. Social media marketing has evolved over the last 10 years, more so this last year, because we have increased the number of users because of the pandemic. There are many people that had never used social media, and because of the pandemic, they were forced to use it. Now, that has created pros and cons. Now, in terms of the positive, we see not just new users, but we see users that are getting connected. And because everything is so new for them, you will notice that those new users are coming like more fresh, more engaged. On the negative side, you really need to level your game up and being a really, really good creator. Creators are trending, creators are creating, I know it's redundancy, right? But creators are really setting up the pace. And that's why we see that brands love working with creators. So one of the things that you need to ask to yourself is, what do I want? What do I want from this platform? So a couple of elements that are part of a social media strategy is, number one, what is your goal? Identify your goal. Okay. With social media, your goal can be having more reach. Your goal can be, well, not just more reach, but you want to be in front of the target users. Or maybe you want word of mouth, or maybe you want to implement some social selling tactics as part of this strategy. So take some time to think about, what do you want? What do you want? That's actually part of our PDF. That's page number 1, right? I ask you to ask yourself, what do you want from the video marketing strategy? I can tell you, in my case, it's actually a little bit different from the perspective of the brands that I am representing. Okay. So for example, Coach Jessica Campos, she is a personal brand. Coach Jessica Campos is an authority in the industry, which is the online marketing industry. But we also have the account for our agency, which is Marketing for Greatness. I can tell you that both brands, they don't have the same goals, right? Because of that, they don't produce the same kind of content. So I want you to really think about, who are you, the producer of this video, and these pieces of your video marketing that you'll be creating. What is going to be that goal? What do you want? If you're starting, maybe you want just to increase the reach. Maybe you don't even know if you have a niche marketing just yet. Okay. So your season where you are in your business will be, I would say, relevant to identify your goal. Okay. So that's something that I would love to hear. What's your answer? Use the one persona approach. We have been sharing that over the last 18 months now. We see that success brands successful brands are the brands that are able to create a niche, a community. And for you to do that, you need to have a group of people who have the same interest. And that is going to help you to be very narrow in the content that you create. For instance, the next videos that you'll be creating with me during this challenge are going to be with this perspective in mind. I want you to think about just one persona. It's not necessarily like one person with a name and all of that. I mean, you can if you want to, but I wanted to think about a very niche market. It's a very tiny group of people. And if you can even, again, take the one person approach with the name and have as much details as possible about that person, even better, because I wanted to think about that persona and what questions they have and how would they prefer you to provide those resources. You see, many people say that the key to build an audience is give value, but it's ambiguous. If I just tell you to give value, but I don't tell you that you need to give value to one persona, because how do you know what these people want, right? So having this in mind is going to help you to create content. This is going to even be the factor that will decide how long that content is going to be and all of that. So, and I will cover that further on this presentation. So important, very, very, very important. Again, I don't want it to be tactical. I want it to be strategic. Okay. Second element of success with a short form of video marketing is to understand how important, how crucial, how mandatory is TikTok as a platform as part of this model, okay? It is important for you to know, and actually I encourage you, okay, I please beg you to create a TikTok account, even if you're just going to use the videos for reels on Instagram and you will not use TikTok as your platform to connect with people. I still want you to get familiar with the platform and see the brands and the creators that are uber successful on the platform. Okay. TikTok is no longer the platform where your 7-year-old kids are. Yes, there are children there. Okay. And that created an issue. That's one of the reasons why it got banned in the US at some point, but that's in the past. And TikTok is really leading the pathway when it comes to creating authentic content, finding creators who are out of the box, and finding opportunities to express and share a message in a different way. Okay, so with TikTok model, we are going to make sure that we understand what are the trends. And just, Instagram has been very shameless about this admission. They have said, yes, we copy TikTok. So Instagram follows TikTok in all of those trends. And you will see that everything that TikTok will do or is doing, Instagram will repeat it. It's just the way it is, which is why it is so important that you get to be familiar with understanding TikTok as a platform so that you can implement those particular, I would say, features on your short video marketing. Okay. So we cannot escape from TikTok. Number 3 is planning. Why planning is important? Because with planning, you can be consistent. And this is key. This is part of like why, or one of the elements that we see from the platforms, both on TikTok and Instagram. The more consistent you can be, the quicker you will be able to see the effects and the impact of the short videos on your brand. Now, I kind of have a process, but what I want is when I share with you the process that I use to create content, I also want to kind of give you the disclaimer in which I don't want you to think that I'm here to say, no, this is the way. No, because the creative brain works very differently for everybody. And even for us who are creators, we get, inspired in different ways and in different rhythms. What matters is that you can be consistent. And the tools that I share with you are going to help you to achieve that consistency. The way that you do it is going to be the way that you do it. And at the end of the day, I wanted to have a rhythm because that rhythm is what is going to give you the success that you want from the platform. Okay. Now, a couple of stages that will help you to go from not producing any videos to produce videos consistently, right? If you have, and I'm going to be sharing with you one cheat sheet that will help you to produce videos in a way that is like, okay, it's simple, I can do it. Okay. You need to have the idea first. And sometimes we run out of ideas. And because of that, dedicating some time to really push ideas out is key. Now, one shortcut is that I already have the ideas for you. So you don't have to think about ideas. Now, I'm still going to ask you to get some and do some research so that you can really understand my idea. Very often I have ideas as a creator, but everything is about perspective, right? So I can tell you something, you're like, I don't know what you're talking about, because that idea hasn't been materialized, right? And that's why part of the elements of having a successful video is that, yes, we give you the ideas, but also we give you the tools so you can go out and do the research. The part of the short videos that will make your brand standing out, and always remember this, please, is personalization. Why? People want to see authenticity. Okay. So even when you see a trend, please don't just do what everybody is doing, because it's not going to have the same results. The idea is to present you as your personal brand as an authentic person. Okay. So if you just copy that what everybody is doing, it's not going to help your brand. Okay. So just be mindful of that. Now, a couple of things that are more technical when it comes to planning is at what time your video is going to be out and what are you going to do to promote that video. That is something that obviously, you're here to learn that. And that's something that I can provide you. So I can provide you idea, ways to research, my tips and my feedback, and also ways to optimize it. Meaning that the only thing you have to do is just do the videos that I can do for you. So I'm happy that we are partnering and I can give you this so you can be consistent. Okay. So number 4, the one persona approach. When you're creating video, I want you to think about that one persona approach. Even if you don't have a niche just yet, we are going to pick a niche for the purposes of this challenge. And I want you to think and to do your research and see what are the preferences of that persona that we are marketing to. Here, I did some research and found that when it comes to creating your videos, the format matters, and who are you targeting, right? So that's actually why I put this as an element of success. Sometimes when we want to be, for example, an educator, you don't have to be super fancy to share a very relevant message, let's say a tip or a strategy. And sometimes less is more. So just always think about your users when you're creating your videos, especially when you're editing. Less is more. What I'm seeing is that the bumpers, the transitions, and the convoluted things, especially for brands who want to represent authority, it doesn't really matter. It doesn't really matter. So don't think that you have to be super perfect or elaborated. The most important thing is that you think about your users. Optimum TikTok video length is actually 16 seconds. It's interesting because they have been expanding the length of the videos, but just because you see that you can do a 3-minute video, if you can say it in 15 seconds, say it in 15 seconds, please. Element number 6 is branding. When it comes to your branding, the username that you pick for your channel matters. Your bio matters. The link that you have on the platform also matters. The keywords and the thumbnails for your videos will be super important for you, for people to identify your brands. Okay. Not so much into the the preparation of your videos, but definitely when you prepare your videos, the way that you market those videos are going to need the touch of your brand so that it can create the awareness that you're looking for. Number 7, lead generation. Again, we're here to be strategic. So I wanted to think about, if you're going to be creating these 10 videos with the one persona approach, what's going to be there for them? What's in there for them? Okay. With that in mind, I want you to think, what do you want to give them? Do you want to collect their email? What are they going to have in exchange, right? So for example, right now, my TikTok campaign is to lead people towards this challenge. So if you see my TikTok, the bio has been optimized for that. I'm leading people to go to my Instagram, and on my Instagram, that's the one link that is out there. So think about, how can you tidy up that strategy, at least during the time of this challenge, because that is going to give you the opportunity to take that user who is a stranger and then get that stranger to get to know about you, to get to know you, because they get that, engagement with you. They feel that connection, and once you nurture that connection, they become a lead. And when I say these steps, I don't mean that you need to wait months to collect leads. No, that's not the case. How many times, you have met somebody and you stick watching their content, and then you become their lead. Probably that's how you and I met. You saw me and then you start following. And maybe that process between the time when you first saw my account and the time when you sign up for this challenge only took a minute, right? So I wanted to think about the same way. How can you do something like this? Okay. Number 8, and to me, this is my favorite part, and we're almost done, I promise you. It's your mindset. Okay. We're here in a challenge, and that means that you're going to be stretched to do things that are going to feel uncomfortable. Please remove yourself from the way that you feel. Use your logical brain to understand why you're doing this, connect with your goal, and have the right mindset towards this new thing that you will be doing. Okay. It's okay to feel uncomfortable. The platform is very unpredictable. Sometimes the videos that you think that are going to perform the best, they're not. Okay. And we cannot control that. Number 3, do your best and forget the rest. We want to achieve consistency. If at the end of this challenge, you have done 10 videos out of 10, I will be super proud, super proud. If at the end you can do 5 out of 10, I will be proud as well. Okay. What I want is for you to be consistent, for you to be able to implement this strategy and know that you can actually keep doing it over and over and over, because that's also one of the differences between a strategy and a tactic. You cannot repeat tactics, because if you win with a tactic, you don't really know how you did it. But with a strategy, you have the plan, you have the steps, and you can repeat it over and over and over. Number 10, it's advertising. Both Instagram and TikTok can be amazing for advertising. And that means that the audience that you have nurtured with the short form of videos, you can now remarket to them using advertising. So that's one of the amazing elements of success with short form of video. You can download the content and reuse it and create pieces that you can use to advertise. So we're going to be learning a little bit about that, on how to understand insights so that you can see what are the trends and you can start planning on the advertising. But this challenge is going to be to, again, break into that fear that you have, to turn you into a confident video maker. Okay. But know that part of the strategy of these video marketing is to actually be able to advertise. Okay. So this is part of the strategies that I wanted to share with you today, as part of like, how can you be successful using video marketing as part of your social media strategy to attract new people that can be converted into leads and sales? Now, you will have questions, so I'll be looking forward to read them and to be able to develop those answers in our live videos. Okay, so Thank you so much, and keep just, consuming the amazing resources that we have as part of this Reels challenge. And if you want one-on-one coaching, one-on-one strategy, there are also options here where you can get that from us as well. Okay, bye for now.